Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. I don't know if any of you were aware, but they had a protest over Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill. I don't know why it's called that. It's everything but that. And a lot of people were out protesting in the streets, and it was in different places around the country. And ICE was out there detaining people. They were actually detaining people, and you'll see some of that in a few of the videos. So as people were protesting, they grabbed a couple of them up. So, and of course they were like, "This is the 4th of July. Why are you doing this? Come on." You think ICE care about some 4th of July? The fact that they were out there working, you should have known right there. Of course, they're gonna detain people. They were working on the alleged holiday they were having. So, I got some footage of the march. If you haven't heard about it, well, I guess this is the time you will hear about it. I hope everybody is doing well. Shalom, family. Shalom. Monica Gregory, thank you so much for the super sticker. And Ellie Brown, your handwork does not go unnoticed. Thank you for the super chat and your support for my channel. All right, y'all. Hopefully, we won't have the problems that we had earlier, but StreamYard for the last few days have had a banner up letting me know, and I'm sure everybody that's logging in, that they are having some technical issues. All right. Okay, please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Okay. You know, in these final days, it does say that, people would be divided. Well, the divisions in America, they're deep. They're deep. There's no coming back together as a country. You see nothing but people are unhappy with Donald Trump. You got all the deportations going on, and you have the people in his cabinet and the government, and they're fighting back and forth and having all these hearings on Capitol Hill. It is so divided in this country. It's not even funny. And look at what happened during the election. Family members stopped talking to each other because they voted for Donald Trump. And you see the Latino community, they're split. The ones that voted for Donald Trump are mad at the ones that didn't, and the ones that didn't are, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of infighting in these groups right now. It's a lot. All right, so let's get started, y'all.
Dozens arrested, but who are they? One person now in ICE custody is 49-year-old Kung Chon Phan. The feds say the Vietnamese national's criminal history includes second-degree murder. We confirm that through both court records
I heard 8 gunshots.
and our own archives. Eyewitness News was there in 1994 when police say Kung committed the crime in the San Marino home.
3 cars pulled up in front of this home. 8 to 12 teenage gang members emerged from the cars, and at least 3 of them began firing randomly at people attending the party.
ICE also gave us the name and rap sheet of 44-year-old Armando Ordaz of Mexico. We confirmed his criminal history does in fact include rape, sexual battery, and petty theft. But ICE has released to us so far just about 24 names of those with a violent past. Meanwhile,
Oscar, Uriel, Lazaro.
District 14 Council member Isabel Jurado is reading the names of those arrested Friday at Ambiance, a garment district warehouse, who she says were just hard-working migrants.
These men aren't criminals. They're garment workers.
And this man we met outside a Home Depot in Whittier, who says ICE cuffed him, seems to back up that ICE agents aren't targeting only those with a violent history. They eventually saw that I had a green card, he told us. And then he says one of the agents said, "Hey, let him go."
What are you protesting for? What was the event for?
Well, it's for everything.
It's
What is it
oh
not
everything.
For? What is it not for? They're taking all the freedoms away. They're making everyone second-rate citizens. We've opened concentration camps in the United States of America. It's for everything.
Do you have any like specific policy that is the one that brings you here the most, or is it really just everything?
I mean, it's everything. I mean, he's signing the bullshit bill today, so that adds to it. But it's everything. There
Is
no
that the
single-
one what is one big beautiful bill that
Correct.
you're talking about?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's gonna be signed today.
Yes.
Oh wow, does that bill include anything that you think that people should protest?
Kicking every single person off Medicaid, pretty much 75% increases in health insurance policies for everyone else.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
I think they should protest a lot of things.
All right, well, thank you so much.
All right, the reason why I did that. An insight into the nitty-gritty details of the long history, rebellions, and
Mosquito bite.
Quit your fucking job, you heathen! Peaceful protest! Peaceful protest! Our streets!
I'm undocumented. So my parents came in 2008 when I was about, I believe, so 7 or 8 years old. We crossed here around that time. We've been living in Costa Mesa for 18 years.
What are your thoughts on what's happening in and around here?
It's nonsense. It's ridiculous. We haven't done nothing wrong. What have we done? Standing at Home Depot looking for work to feed our family? Is that a crime? Is that our crime? To feed our family? It's not. We're just trying to provide. We're trying to make sure we have a roof over our head.
How do you feel about Donald Trump now not only instigating it with the raids, with ICE raids, but also bringing in the U.S. National Guard, bringing in the U.S. Marines to support those ICE raids?
This is wrong. It's wrong, honestly. I have friends that they're in the Marines. I have friends that they're in the Army, and they even tell me it's wrong. But since we're under the oath, we have to do it. It's an order.
Do you know people who've been affected directly by the raids?
Oh, yeah, obviously, which is my friends here. As you can see, it's empty. I don't have papers, and I'm still here, risking my life in order to provide myself, to have a roof, like I said.
Are you worried about being grabbed?
I am, but I can't show that. I don't want to show that. Because if they come and if I run, they're going to think I'm a criminal when I'm not.
What if you get grabbed?
It is what it is, right? As a man, that's what we say. It is what it is. But we're going to find a way to come back. Because we decided to be here. Because we want to provide for our family in Mexico. We want to buy, which is a medicines that they can't buy. We want to buy them the food that they can't really buy.
What's in your heart right now?
I don't feel angry because we decided to come here because it's America, right? It's the American dream. It's a freedom of speech. The First Amendment, there's no longer that no more.
Anything else you want to say about what's happening in this country right now?
Don't treat us like animals.
Look at all this shit. Those are the agents. Those are all the fucking ICE. Hey, get out of there! I don't want my phone. Oh my god. They made all this commotion, made them leave. We're playing. They're coming back. They set an explosion off. Now people are moving this way, and I think the police have blockaded down on Embarcadero. We're just slowly backing up. We're just ever so slowly. Whoa! I don't think they like that we lower their flag.
Watch out! Hit the ball. Back up, back up, back up, back up.
Okay, who do we call?
Who should we call?
What phone number should we call?
Touch me.
What phone number should we call?
What phone number should we call? Hey, that's assault, you asshole. That's fucking assault. You don't touch people, you piece of shit.
What phone number should we call?
some difficulty watching what Trump has done with the cabinet picks and things like that. His fighting the courts, his inability to follow the law has been a problem. We would like to see things be a bit more like a democracy should be.
Sir, tell me about this. Your sign, what does it say?
It just says what Senator Joni Ernst said a few days ago at her town hall meeting. That's all.
What are your thoughts about the Medicaid proposed reform? I mean, you know, the proposals have been getting rid of people that are abusing the system, able-bodied people that are on Medicaid, people that are illegal immigrants on Medicaid, that are using, you know, socials. What are your thoughts about getting them off?
My understanding is that people that aren't here legally don't have access to it anyway. As far as your description of able-bodied people.
Yeah, they'll purchase, sorry to cut you off, they'll purchase like social security numbers and stuff so they can get on.
I guess you're so sure of that, so that's fine. But I think that maybe enforcing the rules the way they're supposed to be enforced.
How you doing?
Don't engage in anyone.
Are you talking to him or us?
Him.
Oh, why should he not be allowed to talk to
Because
us?
this is a peaceful protest. We don't need any
That's
kind
wonderful. And I'm a peaceful interviewer.
That's not the point.
Is your thing shutting down free speech?
We're asking people not to engage.
What if people want to engage?
Then they can go down the block and engage with you.
Este es el gran disturbio que se vive aquí en Los Ángeles, California, donde ICE hizo una redada de latinos e inmigrantes aquí, como yo, porque yo soy inmigrante también, por eso estoy aquí, y supuestamente ya los van a sacar. Es aquí en los callejones entre la 9 y la Stanford, la 9 y la Stanford.
Silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho. Súbetelo para allá, cabe tanto gas. Tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de... Tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio.
Ahí lo llevan, miren. Ahí lo llevan, ahí llevan a los... Oh my God, no.
Tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho de silencio.
No, eso está mal lo que hicieron. Está mal eso. Oh my God.
Dice la Biblia que el que busca,
Ay, Dios mío.
el que pide,
Tienes derecho de silencio, tienes derecho.
clama a mí
Ya
y
lo
se
llevan, miren. Ahí lo
y yo
llevan,
te
miren.
responderé.
Tienes derecho de silencio.
Ahí lo llevan, miren.
¡No!
¡No hagan esto! ¡No! Oiga, ¿tú cómo quieres que grabe? Esto es peligroso grabar así. No puedes grabar de una manera cerca, peligras. No podemos grabar bien. Ahí lo llevan, miren. Ahí lo llevan, ahí lo llevan. Ahí lo llevan. Ahí lo llevan, miren. Ahí lo llevan, ¿ves? Ahí llevan todos los inmigrantes de la redada, miren. Ahí lo llevan. Ahí lo llevan, miren. Oh, mira. Oiga, miren, 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 miren. Oh my God. Go catch him. Oh my God, miren. Oh my God.
Yes. No fear. Everyone is welcome here. No hate. No fear. No fear. Everyone is welcome here. No hate. No fear. Everyone is welcome here. No hate. No fear. Everyone is welcome here. No hate. No fear. Everyone is welcome here. Look at this guy. I am obsessed.
Hey, Uncle Sam wants you. Uncle Sam wants you to dump Trump. He does. He wants you to dump Trump.
Instead of celebrating America's birthday this 4th of July, Americans were protesting the president. Watch this.
They say today is a celebration of freedom. As fireworks scream across the sky above stolen land, we're expected to cheer. The flags waving from porch rails are sewn in sweatshops by hands that never taste the liberty they're sold to represent. Patriotic songs written by men who owned other human beings echo through neighborhoods while history books spin a fairy tale about 1776, a moment hailed as the birth of freedom, though it deliberately excluded everyone not white, male, and wealthy. So I have to ask, freedom for who? 10 years of my life went to this country believing that sacrifice meant something. The uniform I wore with pride. Afghanistan became my second home. Friends were torn apart, some physically, others spiritually. Back then, I convinced myself that duty would earn me a place of dignity, that maybe I'd finally be seen as someone who mattered. But the country I returned to discarded me. That war did not stay overseas. It followed me back in trauma and in nightmares that never leave. It seeped into my bones and settled into the cracks of my life. Relief never came. What waited was another battlefield, only this one came with less gunfire and more paperwork. Explosions became overdoses. Firefights turned into suicides. Though no bullets flew, many of us died just the same. Plenty of my brothers and sisters made it back in body,
only to lose their minds to addiction or their lives to the slow violence of abandonment. That violence is personal. My service did not spare me homelessness. I've slept in alleyways and surfed couches, unsure whether I'd wake up to frostbite or handcuffs. I've detoxed alone in gas station bathrooms. Hunger gnawed at me for days. I fought tooth and nail just to speak to someone at the VA, only to be handed a pamphlet and told I'd get a call. They said service meant something, but I know now what it really meant. What once felt like honor, I now recognize as complicity. Killing was the skill I was trained to master, not for justice, not for freedom, but for profit. My license to murder came wrapped in camouflage, and the bait was benefits. Triggers I pulled weren't for liberation, they were for oil executives and defense contractors. Every order I followed helped fortify an empire that grinds the poor into pulp so the rich can stack more blood-soaked dollars. While I fought for scraps at home, billions of our tax dollars were sent overseas, not to aid suffering, but to fund Israel's genocide in Gaza. This country refused to house me, yet funded missiles to drop on refugee camps. Apartheid regimes are armed without hesitation. Meanwhile, families here are told there's not enough in the budget for housing or food stamps. And now we teeter on the brink of yet another war, this time with Iran. The world watches in horror as our leaders beat the drums of bloodshed, hoping we'll forget how little we have while they pour everything we do have into empire. Veterans sleep in tents, others overdose in parking lots or try to detox behind bars instead of in treatment facilities. They call it defense. The U.S. maintains over 800 military bases across the planet. Not a single foreign military base exists on military or on American soil. That's not defense, it is domination. A colonial boot on the throat of the world cloaked in red, white, and blue. Tell me, what kind of freedom requires a boot on every neck but our own? Peace was never the goal, power is. Manufactured enemies justify carnage, gets packaged and sold as patriotism. I once believed the lie. Burying more friends at home than I did overseas shattered that illusion. The flag I fought under did not wave for me once I came back broken. Now I see exactly how the war machine operates. Uniforms do not protect you. This system chews up soldiers and civilians alike. Once every ounce of usefulness is drained, it throws you away without hesitation. That is not freedom, it is exploitation with a marketing budget. And yet, I remain. I'm still sober, still breathing, and fighting like hell for the ones this country left behind. Silence is not an option. I've seen too much to shut up. Funerals keep piling up. Overdoses never stop. This system is built to devour, and it's working exactly as designed. We're the ones who keep this country standing. Not the billionaires, not the politicians, not the CEOs sucking the marrow from our bones. Real power lives in the workers, the caretakers, the fighters, the healers, the single moms, the addicts in recovery, the overworked, the underpaid, people like us. Woo! Yeah! Woo! And they still treat us like we're disposable. We're told to vote a little harder, protest a little softer, ask a little nicer. Change, they say, will come if we just keep waiting. That is a lie. Real change comes from organizing, from building power together, from linking arms and saying no to genocide, to poverty, to war. Resistance is not just justified, it is survival. There's no honor in staying quiet while our government funds apartheid. Ignoring genocide because it's inconvenient to U.S. foreign policy is not justice. Polite loyalty will not save us. What we need now is coordinated defiance. If you want liberation, you're going to have to fight for it. Not with bullets, not with empty slogans, through solidarity, through collective action, through naming the enemy, this machine that feeds on life and sells it as progress, capitalism. This holiday, this 4th of July, means nothing if it only honors the already free. What does it mean to Gaza buried in rubble? What does it mean to the veterans freezing beneath overpasses? What does it mean to families skipping meals while weapons manufacturers toast champagne? They tell us to light fireworks. I say we light a fire under their system. Rip up the script, smash the illusion. Freedom was not gifted, it was stolen, and we've got every right to take it back. Because if we don't, they'll keep killing us quietly, with poverty, with prisons, with war dressed up as peace. So rise, stand beside me, build the thing we were never given. Fight like survival depends on it, because for many of us, it already does. Let's get free and drag the rest of this country with us. This is our revolution. West Virginia fights back from the hollers to the hood.
Y'all, that was a soldier. And you see how angry he is with this place. Man, this is how they spent their 4th of July. And not to mention, y'all, when I woke up, some places canceled the 4th of July. Have you ever heard of that happening? Canceled the 4th of July. And I was like, wow, talk about seeing things you never seen before. But you know, y'all, one thing I was happy about, I did not see us out there. That is the one thing I can say I was really happy about, which means we are still staying on code, and that is exactly what we're supposed to do. You know, we are looking out for ourselves and staying out of their problems, and I'm down for it, for real. So y'all, I never thought of a major holiday come and these folks spend their holiday protesting and not, gathering with their families and stuff. Mm-mm. A lot of people were not feeling, I was even reading online. Some people said they're not feeling the holidays like they used to. They said it's just not the same. It don't feel the same. There's too many problems going on and they don't feel the holidays. Isn't it amazing what the Most High can do? I remember growing up, this was like a big holiday for them. They couldn't wait to fire up the grills, gather the family, and you would hear the firecrackers all night long practically. But now, oh man, I heard the firecrackers, but I tell you what, I didn't smell that many grills going this year. And I remember a time it was grills in everybody's backyards around here. You could smell the people cooking on their grill all day. I did not smell the grills, y'all. I did not smell the grills. Yes, the Most High, He's making them turn on each other and not even care about their holidays anymore. Mhm. I remember back in when I was, growing up, boy, everybody and their mom had a grill out. And even my friends, we would be talking, y'all gonna be grilling? Yep, we gonna be grilling over here. Y'all gonna be grilling over there? Yeah, we would be. Everybody knew who was grilling that day. It was practically all of us. But now, mm-mm, mm-mm. And not only that, y'all, I would hear the loud music blaring. People would be chilling out with their I didn't hear no music playing. I didn't hear no music playing. It was almost like 4th of July was like a regular day around here. Mhm. But you can tell the Most High is changing a lot of things about their spirits. All that patriotism, you notice that patriotism is fading away. All that pride we used to see, that's starting to fade away. Listen to the way that soldier was talking. There was no pride in that. He's angry, no pride. And I think that's what we're going to start to see. The pride is leaving them. So, y'all, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I got one more live stream coming up, and that's about Donald Trump shutting off the weather satellites. So, I hope to see you back. Until then, shalom, family. Oh, did I thank the people? Yes, I did. Monica Gregory and Ellie Brown. And thank you again, once again, for supporting my channel. Shalom.